Matt Brown agreed with the Bobby Green stoppage that you are all complaining about. And I agree with Matt Brown. I understand where Matt Brown is coming from. And I think most fighters, most competitors, right? Most people who understand that, bro, I'm in this to be the greatest of all time. I'm in this to not even be the greatest of all time, because there could be parts in your career where you're way later down the line, and that's not up for grabs anymore, right? We're past the I want to be the GOAT talk. We're past that. Can't be the GOAT, but hey, I could be pretty damn good in my own right. You get me? There's that type of competitive spirit where you will want to be put out. You will not want the ref to have an early stoppage. You will not want to be able to say, I could have done better. If, like, there's no excuse. I got put the fuck out. You know what I mean? He just pounded me into the floor, you know, Bobby Green style, Jalin Turner style, and just smashed my face in. That's it. Unconscious. Nothing, clean. Clean, you know? And it is what it is. It's not like Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka. And I bet if you asked Yuri Prochazka, would you have wanted this for yourself? He would have said yeah. He would have said yes. He did not want anything left on the table. For some people, when they go in there, that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And do I think it should have happened in this case? No, because the stakes, in my opinion, while high, I don't think they're high of like title fight caliber. This is a guy taking a fight off on short notice. Jalin Turner, Bobby Green's taking it too. It's a switching opponent. Um, it's completely different. And Jalin Turner goes out there and starches him. You know what I mean? It's rough. It's a rough draw. If you're Bobby Green, but yeah, he took some unnecessary punishment. That was so. For example, in a fight like that, where you got Bobby Green, who probably he was fighting Dan Hooker, but Dan Hooker lost to Jalin Turner. So you're gonna bring in the real boss. You're gonna bring in the guy who beat Dan Hooker, the guy who I was worried about or focused on for all these past weeks. That motherfucker lost to him, and I gotta fight him now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, bro. And Bobby Green's game, he took on the challenge, but in a fight like that, it's like, all right, Bobby's probably the underdog. Let me not wait for him to go completely out. But in a fight like of the highest caliber, title fights, things like that, Uriah Faber, Hendon Barral. Uriah Faber's never won a UFC championship, bro. Give him every opportunity he can. Why are you stopping the fight early? Bro's giving you a thumbs up, and you over here talking about fighter safety. Well, fighter safety is, you know what I mean, bro? I hate to break it to you, but there's no such thing as fighter safety. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. No such thing of fighter safety. Why is that? If you really cared about the fighter safety, you would convince them not to do it in the first place, okay? There's no such thing as fighter safety because fighting is inherently dangerous, okay? It's like saying dry Marco Polo. You can't do it. You have to get in the water to play Marco Polo. It's a pool game. It's what you do. And in fighting, I don't care if it's an oblique kick, with who many say is the most dirty move in the game, things like that. And I don't care if it's a straight right hand down the pipe. Fighting is dangerous. Every strike, every submission, everything they do in that octagon is combat, and it's real, and it's violence, and it's dangerous. It is. That's why it needs to be respected. That's why it needs to be honored, and the people who do it and compete in it for our entertainment, they need to be respected, and all things of that nature. So it's no joke, bro. It's no joke what goes on in there. But they know that. They sign up for that. They know the deal. You get what I'm saying? Yuri Prochazka, when he touches gloves with Alex Pereira right before, when they're having that stare down that we all love the picture of, when that's happening, Yuri Prochazka understands what's about to take place. He understands that him and Alex Pereira are going to battle it out for a title, for pride, for whatever you want to do it for. they're gonna go, and they're not gonna stop until they can't anymore. But the referee takes that from them. The referee says, no, 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 it's over, it's over. Just because he's a little skirmish, just because he wants to be, fighter safety and, kind of, I don't want to say politically correct, but I want to say politically correct. It's like, you just can't worry about that. You have to let them go out in their shield. You have to let them compete. And you have to know when to do it and when not to do it. So in that case, I certainly do agree with Matt Brown. In the case of letting it happen in all of them, I don't think it should be like that in all these fights. I think this fight should have probably been stopped earlier for sure. Stop it earlier. It doesn't need to go to that extent. I would have stopped a few strikes. I don't think as many as a lot of you people are talking about when you would have stopped it, but I definitely wouldn't have let it go that long. Also, Matt Brown, I don't understand how you could give props to the ref. That's the kind of ref you want reffing your fights. Why are you gonna rip him in the same breath? Saying it's ridiculous and egregious. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I think the ref doing his thing. You either agree, you don't agree. If that's the kind of ref that you want reffing for you, raise your hand, and that's where we take it. You know what I mean? That's where we take it. There's other referees like Dan Murgliata who lets the fights go. I like the way he referees fights. Guys like Herb Dean scare me, bro. Guys like Herb Dean scare me. And guys like Mark Goddard now, too. Mark Goddard is becoming the guy who scares me now because he stopped some early ones. He's got that, aura about him. Herb Dean got that bad juju. Josh Rosenthal was good once upon a time. I like that style of refs. I like definitive outcomes. And I think the fighters do too. I think stopping fights early and ripping the opportunity from them, because they get up and they protest, right? If they didn't, if they felt a certain type of way and they didn't protest, okay, that's one thing. That's why the Yuri thing is difficult, but we know what really went on. But if they're cool with it, okay, fine. They're cool with it. But when they get up and they protest, now we have to look at it and say, yeah, he's got a point. Yeah, it was early. He did kind of get screwed there. And that's my thing. I would much rather a definitive outcome than, oh, he got screwed there, and now we got to do an immediate rematch, or we got to do something, you know what I mean? That's just me personally. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you agree, disagree, it does not matter. Just join the discussion, and please follow for more. Thank you. You are appreciated.